Hi, freaks!
Tell them what we're doing today.
Oh, we thought it would be important for you to get a little bit more of an insight on each of the six of us.
A little more familiar.
Something's going on
Okay,
upstairs.
so someone's fat ass is stomping
Yeah.
above us.
Just a little bit more insight on our little group. So we're going to do everyone's best talents and worst talents. You could just say qualities, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like, we'll start with Ilya. Okay.
Okay. We said her best talent or her best quality is that she literally makes friends with people wherever she goes. It's the sorority girl in her, it really is. Like, she is such a natural at making friends.
It's fair anytime we go out, go to a game, do anything really, like you look over and she has like 14 new best friends and you go, oh, who are these people, Ilya? And she goes, I just met them!
Yeah, literally, every
it's like,
single time.
Oh, okay. And then she stays in contact with them too.
Mm-hmm.
Like
She
so-and-so's
hangs out
coming
with
over
them.
to borrow clothes like from you or from me or whatever, and then they're just there and it's like great. She really has a skill.
But Ilya's worst quality,
It's a rough one for all of us. It
It's,
really
like,
impacts the
seriously,
whole group.
and it's just that her asshole explodes all over us every 5 minutes. Like, seriously.
Like ruptures the room. Like
Like-
the walls shake, the bricks start falling in on us.
There are so many times where I've just been like sitting there and all of a sudden my nose picks up on the most disgusting scent I've ever smelled in my life, and I just look right over and she is making this face every time. It's always a
Every time.
It's that same face.
And she does it in the car. That's the worst.
Yes.
Shamelessly in the car, and everyone always knows. It'll be like a, ew. Ilya!
She never has any respect for anyone. Like, she will just do it wherever she is and doesn't exit the room.
If she does, she walks out there, faces her butthole towards the room,
Yes.
through the door, and then farts because we say, Ilya, get out. And then this other one really affects you the most.
Mhm. I will, like, give her, like, a nice little, like, rub on the back, and then I'll move my hand down, and this is what she does. And she makes me,
And
like,
she'll do this face.
yes, every time, like, she always is needing me to scratch her or, like, massage her or, like, rub her in some. She's always leaning on someone. She's always getting head scratches.
And I love her. I do, but she's
It's
spawned.
too much. Like,
spawned.
it's always at the worst. Well, okay, let me tell you a story. One time, I was literally fast asleep in my bed, like taking a nap, because I had an early morning. I woke up for cycling, so then later that day, I was like, I need to take a nap. So I was napping in my bed, and all of a sudden, I hear creaking because I'm in a bunk bed, right? So I hear someone crawling up, and I wake up to Ilya taking photos of me. And then what does she do next? She welcomes herself into my bed and makes me start scratching her back. Like, I just woke up from a nap. What the actual fuck? God.
I think it's funny when Narissa will be like scratching my arm casually while we're watching a movie, and then she'll like creep on top of both of us, and then I look down and a few minutes later we're both scratching Ilya.
Yes, it happens too often.
Greer, she
Okay.
has some good best talents
Talk
and
about 'em.
qualities. Favorite of everyone is Greer's insane ability to do nails. You say, oh, I want tips on my nails. Oh, I want you to do builder gel. Oh, I want this crazy design I found on
Yeah.
Pinterest with 16 different styles. She goes, I can merge those together, yeah.
I can do that.
She whips out a palette, starts brushing it on, uses all sorts of builder gel. Like, you could have whatever you want on your nails with Greer. And she's like, done. And we're like, how can we repay you? And she's like, it's fine. And she's like, I love doing it.
She
don't
loves
care."
doing it. She makes time to do it for all of us, even with her double major. Like, she's actually awesome.
She didn't add this on our little document here, but Greer compliments like there's actually no tomorrow. Like, she needs to spit out every single thing she's ever thought about you right then. Like, I swear I'll be crawling from the depths of hell. Like, there'll be makeup under my eyes, my hair greasy and matted to my head. I'm wearing like a sweatshirt that goes to my knees, hairy legs, and I'm wearing like slippers, and I'm like on my way to shower in the bathroom, and she's like, okay, cute. And I'll say, Greer, don't lie to me right now. And she's like, no, but really, like, you always look cute. I'm like, Greer, I swear to God,
Swear to
like,
God.
you are lying to my face right now.
She's actually the biggest hype woman you'll ever meet. However, she has one worst quality, but it's a really bad one.
Yeah.
It happens to be her overthinking.
Chronic, mind you. It's
Chronic,
just chronic here.
overthinking. It literally, her mind never stops thinking. It is
I don't know how
constantly
she
on.
sleeps. Truly,
I don't
know that
think
she does.
Because even when she's sleeping, she's dreaming about so many
situations that could
yes,
happen.
that could happen. Like, she's actually the biggest overthinker I've ever met in my life.
I worry for her.
Let's tell them a story we just encountered.
From 2 minutes ago?
From, like, literally 2 minutes ago.
Okay.
So tonight, Greer was supposed to go on a walk with our friend Callie. She was getting ready for her walk. She told us, like, okay, I'm gonna go on a walk with Callie. She walks out of the room, walks back in, like, literally a minute later, and she said Callie was on the phone with her dad, so I walked in and grabbed a Q-tip and I left because I didn't want her to think it was weird.
What the fuck?
Like,
And then
if
she
you were
sits
just
down and proceeds to, like, overthink, like, 6 next things.
like, what did we say after that? We said, oh my god, it's
This is-
perfect. Like, it's literally exactly what we're gonna be talking about. And she said, wait, what are you talking about in the video? That I'm just always super anxious? Are you making a whole video about me? You're making a video about how I'm so anxious? I was like, what?
No, she didn't say anxious. She was like, that I'm so weird. That I'm so weird. All I was like, girl, what? We proceeded to go through 14 different emotions on her face in the span of 1 minute. She was
Yes, she went, yes, she went from
like in my croissant this morning, she was like, I'm gonna go get a coffee. I'll probably get a pastry. Do you want me to get you a coffee? I said, no, I'm okay. And she goes, do you want me to get you a pastry? I said, oh, sure. And she was like, do you want a croissant or a muffin? And I was like, you can surprise me. And she was like, okay. And I come back from the bathroom. I walk in and there's like a cute little croissant with a sweet note that's like to the best roomie ever. And I'm like, oh, she's so adorable. And then I sit down and I'm like, oh, thank you, Greer. And she was like, I got you a chocolate one. And I was like, thank you. That's perfect. I love chocolate. And then she proceeds to go, well, I was going to get you a butter croissant, but they only had one, and I wanted the butter croissant, but then I got you the chocolate croissant because I figured you would like the chocolate, but if you didn't like the chocolate, I was going to give you the butter, and I would take the chocolate because I actually don't mind which one I have. It's okay! I said, it's perfect. Thank you, it's just what I wanted. I just want to, like, give
it's like
her a
every
hug.
little thing, though, you guys. Like, she can't have one action. She can't do one thing.
Like, I want her to
without,
breathe.
I know, without just running through every scenario that could happen in her mind.
That's why she has to color. Like,
Yeah.
that's like how she gets it out of her system. She sits there and she
Every
colors in those
stroke is
juice
like
boxes.
a different thought. We have my dearest roommate, Madison. Resident crackhead.
I love her.
She is the holder of extreme lore.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever need, like, a crazy story, Madison's got you. Like, she'll pop something out of her ass every 24 hours we get a new one. It's like, all of a sudden, Madison's like, oh, did I ever tell you about the time that... And we're just like, what the fuck?
She tells it so casually, too.
Like-
She's like,
like-
no, I didn't tell you.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I didn't tell you about that one? And it's, like, the craziest story you've ever heard in your life.
Like, has she lived 20 lives? Where do they come from?
I have no idea. Another good quality she has is she owns the digicam of the group. She's the digicam friend. She literally is always taking photos of us. She's like, oh, you want to bring my camera? Like, she won't even be there, and she'll be like, do you want to bring my camera?
Best
'Cause she
part about
knows.
it, it'll be like, we're all hanging out or going to a concert, and then it's like, oh, she's taking pictures all night. We go to sleep, and, like, as I'm falling asleep, my phone pings, and it's like, Madison just added 127 photos to the shared album. I'm like, go to sleep.
Literally
it's like
go
2
to bed.
a.m.
It's 2 in the
She
morning
uploads
after a
them
concert.
immediately.
Yeah, she
I
makes
love
sure you
her.
get those photos.
The bad. Madison seems to have severe bodily reactions. So sometimes it'll be like 7 o'clock and she'll go, oh my gosh, I'm getting brain zaps.
And we say, what the fuck? And she said, I forgot to take my Lexapro this morning. One of my favorites is when
This is
when
a
she's
favorite.
about to get her period or when she is on her period, her cramps are so bad that she starts twitching and shaking on the ground, like,
No, like,
literally
like-
vibrating.
Oh. And I feel so bad because I'm like, she must be in such excruciating pain, but she's like in the floor, curled in a ball, like spinning in
Or,
a
like,
circle
on
like a
her
little
bed.
cockroach,
Yeah,
like crawling around, or like shaking, and we'll just be walking back from like dinner, collapse into the ground on this, like, on our walk back into a pile of like ice or leaves or something random, and start like, oh, I just feel so bad for her. She must be in such pain.
Yeah, and she's always making these, like, whimpering noises like a little puppy, like, like, Madison, you need to get checked out, seriously. Oh, yeah, she falls a lot.
She's a clumsy one for sure. A guy in our hall who we're hoping to feature on the podcast later broke a sprinkler by stepping on it. So one day we were walking back from the dining hall and the sprinklers were going off and we're like, where's the one that he broke that shoots straight up into the air? And I was like, me and Madison were looking, everyone started walking into the building, and I was like, I swear it was right there, Madison. So she puts her head down to look for it, and right then, it bursts straight into her face, like covering her in water. She falls through the door onto the ground, looks up, and there's one of our friends walking down the stairs. How embarrassing.
How embarrassing. Like, she doesn't even deserve these things to happen to her. It's just like a what the fuck.
I think, like,
do.
the world's out to get her.
Yeah. Next, we have our dearest friend, Callie. Sweet, precious, perfect Callie. It was hard to think of a worst quality for her, but it was easy to think of a best. Her health is literally top tier. Like, she knows all about, like, the food she puts in her body. She's always, like, working out. Really will text the Ramily group chat, and she'll say, or, I signed up for, like, 6 yoga classes this week. Does anyone want to come with? And it's like, what the fuck, Callie? Today, she literally was like, I want to go to cycling so bad, but I can't go at, like, the 7 a.m. one because I have an 8 a.m. So she was like, Narissa, do you want to go to the 6:15 on Monday with me? And I was like, 6:15 in the morning? She was like, yeah. I said, I guess.
She'll be like, okay, I have yoga. And then after yoga, she's like, let me just, like, hit the gym real quick.
For
lift.
3 hours.
And then she's like, shoot, I have to go do my 4-mile walk. She'll come back and she'll be like, that was the quickest 4-mile walk of my life. And I'll be like, Callie, didn't you just also do yoga and go to the gym for an hour? And she's like, yeah, but don't worry, I had my 100 grams of protein shake earlier. And I'm like,
oh, I didn't even know it could get that.
Like, she knows everything about nutrition, the gym, her health. Mm-hmm. She's taking, like, a health and exercise class or whatever. And one
she's
time I was
like
walking next to her, she's like,
the teacher.
Yeah, she's like, she's actually wrong. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm glad you know.
However, Callie's health does have its cons because her health comes before our Ramily dinners. So she is always missing Ramily dinner because either she's at the gym or, like, she had her protein shake so she's not hungry, or she's, like, going on her 4-mile walk, you know, like, she's always busy and she can never come to Ramily dinner.
On top of that, though,
she has the worst taste.
Worst dining hall on campus is the only one that she likes. One time, I woke up from a nap and Greer whispers to me and says, we're going to dining hall. I started crying.
Like, tears.
Like, I was actually
flooded
crying.
Allison's
she was like,
eyes.
we have to go. Like, it's gonna be fine. We're meeting Callie there. We already said we're on our way. And I was like, okay. I had a single chicken tender and a biscuit that night.
I literally had 4 corn kernels and a little, like, teaspoonful of watered down mashed potatoes, and that was my dinner.
She's been coming to dinner lately.
She has been, and she hasn't even been complaining that because we have not gone to her favorite dining hall recently. We've been going to all the other ones. All right.
On to my friend, Narissa.
What are my best qualities, Allison?
Let me tell you,
There's
Narissa.
so many, you guys. It was hard to
I only see
narrow
2
it down.
here. Oh, Narissa is our finder of functions. Anytime we're like, oh, we need to go, like, we want to go out, we want to go do something, it's a Friday night, Narissa goes, oh, I'm on it. Do you want to go here, 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 or here?
Yeah.
She gives us options. She lays them out. This one, pros and cons. This one, pros and cons. This one, I don't really know who sent it to me, but it could be fun. So that is, like, really helpful. Mm-hmm. We really appreciate that about you.
It's no problem, you guys.
You also give the most scratches of anyone.
It's true.
It's really kind, amazing, great. Thank you. Gracious, like, I really appreciate that. Because I'll give you scratches sometimes, but I don't really give anyone else scratches very often. Every once in a while I'll give Madison some, or, like, Ilya if she asks me, but she asks you normally.
Yeah, Ilya's
but
always
you give
asking me.
Everyone always.
Mm-hmm. I
And
swear,
that's really sweet.
it's like a full-time job.
Yeah, you have a few of those. You're working hard and making none.
Go on to your best qualities and then
we can do our worst.
Yeah, okay.
End on a good note.
So Allison's best qualities, she has a few. First and foremost, she has the car. She is the one that literally is always like, here, take my car, here's my keys. I'm like, oh, I have an appointment. She's like, there's my keys, like, there's my extra set of keys. It was going to be a pretty rough weekend because I had just gotten a chemical peel and I didn't want to go out and I couldn't go out to functions because I can't sweat. It was going to be a lame-ass weekend, and Allison happened to be leaving that weekend as well. So she was going to drive her car to the airport and then just leave it there. We're like, what are we going to do this weekend? And Allison was like, well, if you wanted to, you can drive me to the airport, and then you can have my car for the weekend, but that just means a lot of driving for you guys. And we were like, yes! And so she literally made us, like, a little, like, keychain thing, put it on her keys, on her extra set of keys, and was like, there you go, this is your car for the weekend. Another thing she does is she is always planning, like, our wholesome activities. So as I'm finding the functions, Allison's thinking of something to do, like for the next like Sunday or something, like a fun hike to do, or like a cute little coffee shop to go to. She's always has the ideas. It's like, I don't know what we would do without her.
The weekends are like a two-man job for us.
Yeah, it is. Like,
Narissa's got the nights, I've got the day.
It's true.
It's true. And then everyone's happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's important to us.
Okay, now on to our worst qualities, you guys.
Should I just... There's only like one or two. Do you
Yeah.
want me to just do them all at once, or should we go back and forth?
We can go back and forth.
Narissa has the largest op count on of our group, so you really can't go anywhere with her without going, oh, there's one of your ops.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an op, we can't sit there. Oh, there's another op. Narissa, look who it is. You know, so it's just a little rough. It's like, I just want to eat dinner, but I can't eat there or there, sit there, you know?
It's true, but I'm trying to make amends with a lot of my ops, you guys. Like, and I've been doing a good job
You
at
have.
it. Like, I started talking to some of them, so it's like a little less awkward, and like it's not as uncomfortable if we see them in public.
Yeah.
Allison has IBS. This becomes a problem when she starts farting all up in the bed. Personally, I have yet to experience this, but Madison has quite a few times where she'll be wanting to go to the bathroom and Allison will also be going to the bathroom.
No, it's always me first, and Madison goes, oh, I'll come with you.
Okay,
Bad idea on her part.
Allison makes the craziest noises and drops the most massive shits.
That's why we have a poop tracking map.
It's true.
Like, I want you guys to know and be warned. Narissa likes to constantly bring up her fame. We talked about this on the first podcast a little bit. Narissa loves to bring up how she's TikTok famous and that people have probably seen her TikToks and that they're staring at us because they've seen her TikToks, which I'm gonna give her some credit. We have been yelled out of a car window and someone said, "Are you on TikTok?" She said, "Yes."
Because I saw them staring at us.
It's
That's what
true.
it said.
Sometimes, occasionally, we get spotted. Narissa gets spotted because she's featured everyone, so truly, like, everyone's been seen at this point. But I don't think most people are recognizing you from TikTok.
Well, let's talk about what you bring up all the time.
Oh.
And that would be Allison's gap year in Europe. Everywhere I fucking go, I swear to God, like, I turn away for 1 second, like, we're in, like, a group of people, I turn away for 1 second, I have a conversation with Madison, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, blah, 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 I turn around, what is Allison talking about? Oh yeah, and then I traveled to Italy. Shut the hell up, I actually can't deal with that anymore.
Because they asked. They said, where did you go?
No, it's because you go, they go, oh, how old are you? And you go, well, I'm 20. And they go, you're 20? And you go, yeah, I took a gap year to travel.
What do you want me to say? Yeah, I'm just really, really old and live in the dorm with a bunch of 18-year-olds.
You just say, like, hey, I just took a gap year.
That's so boring. Like, I want them to know at least I'm cool. Marissa throws up a lot. Yeah, so
I do.
And that means I clean it up. Or I hold the bucket.
That's only when I'm a little messed up. Otherwise, I throw up on my own. I can.
Yeah, she does that too. She'll just start coughing and then like running into things like with her body because it's just like so much, and then all of a sudden there's puke on the floor, and you're like, oh well. There she goes again.
Well, Allison can't drive, so we did touch on this a little bit too, with her not being able to be an Uber driver because of her horrible driving skills. But it is true, like, that it's also a risk for us and our friends that, like, she's like, oh, is this a 4-way stop? We're like, yes. And then it's like all of a sudden a car's coming and all of a sudden you're also going out at the same time. And then all of a sudden we hit a curve and then all of a sudden there's a stop sign and you just blew through it. And then all of a sudden it's like,
I don't normally blow through stop signs.
You have before.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, well, I didn't notice. Then I drive really slow on the interstate.
Yeah, she does. And then when she is trying to make a left turn out of like somewhere, she literally will not go. Like, there will be someone so far away and she'll be like, oh,
it's so scary because like, what if I killed you? Here she goes again. I'm gonna have to clean up puke.
There's the next one.
Narissa's next one is that she's a chronic cougher. The first day of coming to school, Greer was talking to me, and she's like, and I met our neighbors. One of them has, like, this funny thing where she never stops coughing, and I said, so I should stay away from her. And she's like, no, it's not contagious, it's just funny.
What the fuck? I've heard before, like, I'll be, like, walking back from my class, and I'll be walking down the hallway, and I'll start coughing, and then I'll hear someone yell out of their room, like, oh, Narissa's home!
Yeah, I love doing that. I can always tell.
Allison is always singing, and you might be like, oh, it's just, like, a theater kid thing, which is true.
I'm not even a theater kid. Like,
she went to the classical academy.
Oh my gosh.
And you might be like, oh, like, that's kind of cute and sweet. No. I will tell you, I've experienced it firsthand where I will be having the worst day of my life. Like, literally, I just want to crawl up, shrivel up into a ball, and die. And then all of a sudden, I just hear, if you could return. Because I'm already, there's
and it
already
sounds
so
so
much
good, too, that, like, why would it not?
You hear this? Do you guys hear this? There's already so much going on in my brain, and then all of a sudden, I just hear linger in my ear, and I'm just like, it's just overwhelming, and I actually, like, I just start crying. I have photo evidence of me crying right after Allison will sing to me.
I just think it's all a little dramatic.
And then Madison will start twerking on me, and it's just like, guys, I can't do it anymore. Like, seriously.
Marissa likes to expose us a lot, so we'll just be doing something casually, and she'll just, like, snap a pic, and then you're like, oh, like, that was rude. It'll show up in our shared album in, like, an hour. No, it's on her story with, like, a bunch of people, like, everyone we know. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Thank you for sharing that. And then later...
And then we get more lesbian.
And then we get more lesbian. That's exactly what I was going to say. A friend goes, hey, it's really okay. Like, there's not a problem with it, but are you? And I'll go, no.
Dawson, I'm not
Dawson,
gay.
please. Like, I swear. And he'll go, okay, because I saw Narissa's story. And I go,
it's not my fault. I want to share with the world Allison giving me a lap dance. Like, I think everyone wants to see that, and everyone needs to know that
I was really just taking lessons from Greer. She was in the background like a dance instructor. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Oh! Up, down, up, down, oh! Although I have the most ops on campus that I'm trying to make amends with, Allison is the one that overreacts the most when she sees one of them. Like, it doesn't even have to be her own op, even though a lot of the times it is. She's like, oh my god, he's here. And it's just like, oh my god, like, seriously, chill. Like, even when I see mine, I'm just like, oh, it's fine, we can go sit by them. Like, I really don't care that much. Allison will literally freak out. She's like, wait, he's here? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I didn't even see him. She even does it with my ops. There was one time we were at a frat, and it was, like, okay, so one of my ops is in a frat, okay? But we were at a totally different frat, okay? We were at a frat with some of our other ops, actually. But we were at a frat, we were dancing around, and all of a sudden, I hear Allison in my ear. She's like, Narissa, I'm just really scared. Insert my ops name is gonna show up. Narissa, I'm really scared. Because that's you dancing to the music.
Because I'm dancing while I'm
That's
scared.
you dancing. You're like, Narissa, I'm just really scared he's gonna show up.
Narissa.
And I literally, I just have to keep reassuring. I was like, what are you on about? Like, he's not gonna come. And she kept freaking out about it. And I was like, he's literally not in this frat. There's no way he would get in.
I'm
what
just
are you
looking out for you.
I don't even care to see him. Like, seriously.
Narissa's last worst quality.
There wasn't that many.
No, just one or two. Narissa only listens to and requests Drake. Anywhere we go, we walk into a room and they're listening to, like, country, because they're those kind of guys. And it's like a really chill, just like laid back, we're just hanging out. And someone's like, oh, does anyone have like a song request? And Narissa goes, Drake! And they're like, what? And she's like, Drake.
Guys, it's
Drake,
not all that I
Drake.
listen to. Like, some people will give me, no.
What?
They'll give me aux in the car. And I have, like, my girly music songs, too. You heard me play Gilded Lily that one time, and you said, you know this song? And I said, yes!
Sometimes I'm trying to talk to you, and you just start saying Drake lyrics to me. Like we're having a conversation.
That one time where Alice was literally mid-sentence talking to me, and I said, I have my headphones on, and they have a noise-canceling mode, so I go, she's mid-sentence, and I go, okay, bye.
And that's so mean. It was so mean. I was flabbergasted.
Allison's last worst trait on this list. that she can never be left alone. And she is a 20-year-old. Like, this girl is 20 years old, and she is the least independent person I've ever seen in my life.
Sorry, I enjoy my friend's company.
No, and I do as well. I am always with you guys as well, but it's like I am able to do things on my own. Let's talk about this one time where Allison, me and Madison had already gotten lunch, okay? We were just already together that morning, so we went to get lunch at one of the dining halls. Greer has a lot of classes, so she didn't get lunch that day. She just got, like, sushi from, like, the little, like, snack place in our hall. Callie and Ilya doing their own thing. And so Allison texts the group chat. She goes, hey, is anyone free to get lunch? Sorry, like, we already got lunch. Greer's like, oh, I have class. She's like, okay, fine. Like, it's fine. Like, I'll go get my to-go sandwich. The sandwich place is closed. So you would think, oh, maybe she's gonna, like, go get a snack or something. Like, maybe she'll get something else instead. What does she do? She sits on a rock, starts crying, and she sits there for an hour. Why?
Here's the reasons. I was alone. I hadn't seen anyone all
alone.
day. I hadn't seen anyone all day. Like, you guys went to, like, go get smoothie bowls that morning or something, and I was in class, and then I couldn't meet up with you, and then I was home alone, and Greer wasn't home. And
Home alone? She literally is in a dorm room with, like, 50 people in the same hall.
Well, they weren't in here. My favorite sandwich place was closed. You would understand if you've eaten them. And third, my homework that morning literally was a movie about 1 million people dying. Like, so many people died, and I was so sad. And it was just a really hard day, so let's not boil it all down to me being alone. But it's true.
Most of it,
Yeah, no, that was actually, like, 99%.
Yeah.
Because I had already been crying earlier that day, too. Like, I cried 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just wanted to give you a little insight on our friends. If you or anyone you know would like to be a contestant on an episode of Bachelor or Bachelorette, let us know.
Please let us know. We have a bachelor in training.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the works. Let us know if you want to be maybe one of his, like, women. What are they called? One of his, like, contestants.
One of his dates.
One of his dates. Or if you want to be a bachelorette or a bachelor.
In the future.
Yeah.
Bye. Oh my gosh, how long were you guys there?